Hey, everybody. Welcome. Good morning, everybody. And to my right here, we got Mugenful.
Hello, everybody.
And then directly under me, we got Lone Wolf. There might be more people to pop in here, but I don't know yet. Sent the links out, but friends are welcome to join. So, how are you doing today, Mugenful?
I'm doing good. Thinking about getting back into Magic the Gathering Forge recently, but I haven't yet. But I'm going to.
Cool.
At least I'm thinking about it.
I seen this one streamer here not long ago, a couple days ago, playing Forge. And from my understanding, there's two different ways to play that game.
There's many ways, actually. You can do the classic, which has all these option modes, all these game modes that you can do, like draft, and then you got a quest mode where you can go unlock packs and stuff. Then you got adventure mode, which is a lot like the old I want to say 1995 or something game that Magic had, which was an adventure game where you get quests, you go around, you do those quests, and you come back and you get rewarded.
Oh, cool.
It's cool. It's a cool mode, though. Adventure mode is.
Look like, from what I've seen, it looked like a pretty fun game, actually.
It is. They finally added Commander to adventure mode, which is pretty cool.
Oh, nice.
Of course, it's more like Brawl because it's 1-on-1, but if they could add four players on there, that'd be pretty cool for adventure mode.
Yeah, it would be. But yeah, I haven't played. It's been a couple weeks since I played Commander, and hopefully tomorrow I will try to throw a Commander. Hopefully, I'll be able to throw a Commander game tomorrow night.
Hopefully.
Depends on other issues. If I got anything going on or anything like that, or if I can get more players to play.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah. Man, what is your favorite color in Magic the Gathering and why?
I like black, and I like to like zombies and bringing them back from black.
Reanimation.
Reanimation, yeah.
Yeah, black is known for reanimation. My favorite color is actually toss up between green and black. Black is known for a lot of removal. Green is known for stumpy creatures, and it's known, for
ramp.
for ramp +1/+1 counters. I do like counters. Counters to me, it seems pretty fun. Just like Ouroboros. Pretty fun, card because it deals with +1 counters.
Yeah.
But they're supposed to be having some bans today, from what I heard. I don't know if they're going to ban anything in standard or not. I'm hoping they do, because standard right now on Arena for sure, it's not all that fun.
Oh, that stinks.
Yep. What's up, Kane Shaker? Yeah, Tortoise ain't going to be able to stream today, so I took his time slot away from him today, since he's not going to be streaming.
Yeah.
And but he should be back tomorrow. So we'll have the morning coffee with SFT tomorrow. Right now, you're just stuck with us.
Yeah.
But anyway, what is your favorite color, Kane Shaker, in Magic the Gathering? That is the question I've asked today, is what is your favorite color in Magic the Gathering? And why? But Lone Wolf, he had to step away for a minute, but he'll be back. I've invited other people to join us. I don't know if they're going to join or not, but if they want to, they can. Hey, Master of Control, MTG.
Hey.
Good morning. But anyway, what is your favorite color of Magic and why? That is the question. I usually don't do a stream like this. I'm usually jumping on Super Fast Tortoise's stream at this time, but he's not and streaming today. Therefore, I'm taking his time slot. He'll be back tomorrow. All of them because they are a great part of the game. Yeah, that's understandable, Kane Shaker.
I mean, each has a use, you know?
Yep, that's true. White is known for life gain. Green is known for Stompy. Blue is known for control. Black is known for removal.
Yeah, and red is known for aggro.
Yeah, red is known for aggro. Hey, Angel Sniper, aka Lulu. I do like the multicolored cards a lot. Yeah, the multicolored cards get a little bit of a little bit of each card abilities. But I do like the black and green together. I mean, those colors pretty good to me, it seems like. All right, here's another question. What is your favorite mechanic? What is your favorite mechanic?
That's actually a trickier one. You got a lot more options.
Yeah.
I'd say Landfall is mine.
Landfall? Okay. I do like Demir and Simic. Yeah, Demir and Simic is pretty good. But my favorite mechanic, I do like Landfall. Landfall's Bant is my favorite. My favorite 3 color. Nice. Bant does have some good cards in it, especially on paper, because you can dip into older cards for standard. It's not bad. But anyway, my favorite mechanic of the game, I would have to say probably there's different mechanics. There's a lot of mechanics that I like. I do like the haste. I do like the haste mechanic. The haste. That's not really what you say a mechanic. The ability to cheat in creatures is nice. The favorite set so far, I would still have to say the turtles. What I am liking the last set that just dropped, which was Age of not Age of Eternities, Secrets of Strixhaven. I do like Secrets of Strixhaven. There's some powerful cards in Secrets of Strixhaven. But there's also some dead cards in that set. Hey, Mrs. Fiddlesticks. But yeah, there's all kinds of mechanics that's in Magic. It's kind of hard to pick just one. But if I did pick one, I'd have to agree with you moving forward, which was Landfall. Landfall can be pretty strong, especially being able to play multiple lands. Then you are able to play multiple lands. Landfall can really kick itself off pretty good, pretty quick. Today I posted a mono black that is insane. Nice. Well, if you are a content creator and you would like to join the stream here, you're more than welcome. You just have to be a part of the Discord. Right there's the Discord link, and we just try to keep everything PG and on the stream.
Yeah.
But it's just a chat and chill day.
Yep.
No topics. But what you got planned to do today, moving forward?
Not much. Just do my usual, which is browse the internet, play games.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I plan on streaming later on today around 2:00 Central Standard Time. And then maybe another stream tonight. Depends on how my arena stream goes this afternoon. It'll depend on what I stream tonight. But hopefully, that's what I'm planning on doing. So Lone Wolf is back. How are you doing today, Lone Wolf?
Oh, I'm hanging in there. I'm hungry, if that says anything.
You hangry. But yeah. So I asked a question, Lone Wolf. What is your favorite color in Magic, and why?
I don't know if I could choose just one, to be honest. There's too many things that I like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. What is another question I'll ask is what is your favorite mechanic in Magic the Gathering?
Right now, it's Paradigm by far.
Mm-hmm. Paradigm is an awesome mechanic.
I wish you could have it multiple times instead of just once, but
True.
that'd be broken if it was.
Yeah, I mean you could trigger it twice with two of the cards, but after that you're only allowed to use one.
Yep, I wish they would have made it for each time you cast that Paradigm. Like if you have 4 sets in the deck, 4 cards of it in the deck, I wish they would have 4 separate instances of Paradigm.
Yeah, you think they would, but it would be kind of broken if they did.
It would break it. Not only would it break the card, it would probably ruin Arena.
Probably.
For Arena to try to keep up with that would be a joke.
Yeah. All right. Here's another question for you. What card, today they're supposed to do some bans, right? What cards in Standard do you think they're going to ban, and what cards do you want to be banned?
I can give you a little bit of a spoiler. They already released that, and there is
did they?
No Standard bans.
No Standard bans?
None.
Wizards, what are you doing? Tag blankets. Well, what did they ban or anything?
Okay, we'll start with Pioneer. Corey Steelcutter got banned in Pioneer.
Okay.
In modern Falage Titan of Fire's Fury is banned, and Lotus Field is banned, but Violent Outburst and Yumazawa's Jite is unbanned. Legacy Undercity Informer is banned, which I think that's one of my favorite cards. Pauper Bonder's Ornament is unbanned, and then in Alchemy Sewer Valence Cam is banned. And that's the only changes.
Wow. I'm surprised I did not touch Standard.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not surprised anymore because every time you'd expect a ban, they don't do anything. So at this point, I'm expecting no bans.
Jeez.
I miss the little sticks.
Do they not realize how bad the state of Standard is right now?
It's slowly turning into Turn 1 Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, exactly. Standard needs some touch-ups. It does need some bans. And kind of, upset about that. But what does chat think there? Are you happy there was no Standard bans?
I just wished Arena would fix the shuffler.
Yeah, Kane Shaker, I don't have any control over the ads. If I did. I wouldn't have the ads, but I do not have any control over the ads. I am sorry about that. But what does chat think about the bans? Are you happy there was no standard bans? Are you unhappy? I know this does affect arena players and standard players than anybody else. But come on, they need to work on the standard. I do believe that. I mean, they're wanting to bring standard. You know, standard at one time was considered to be a dead format, pretty much. But they came out and they said they want to revise a standard. They want to make standard better. They want to bring standard to life. But with them not putting bans on anything in standard, they're not helping it. They are hurting it. This is just my opinion on it. Yeah, I know you're against any bans, King Shaker. But what is y'all's thoughts about that?
That's just crazy.
Do you think there should be bans in standard or not moving forward?
I think there should be some bans. Not because it needs the format needs to be fixed a little bit more to make it more palatable to everyone. You know.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Lone Wolf?
I'm in a rock and a hard place because like Matt, the standard format and stuff is interesting right now. But if there's one thing I kind of want it to slow down, like Badger Mole Cub would probably be the first one I would put up on the chopping block. But other than that, I really didn't see, honestly, other than that, really anything real worth banning other than maybe that.
Okay. I would have to agree. I would say, but I would put another card in with that. I would say Ouroboros also. I'd put Ouroboros and Badger Mole both on the chopping block. Don't get me wrong. I do like both of those cards. They are good, but Badger Mole ramps you quick. Ouroboros makes your creatures overpowered too quick. I mean, just like because once Ouroboros comes on the battlefield, if you don't destroy that, get rid of that creature right then and there, you've done lost the game pretty much. Especially if you got 2 or 3 creatures on the battlefield. You've done lost the game pretty much if Ouroboros is out on the battlefield. I mean, that's just my opinion about Ouroboros. I do like it. Don't want it to be banned, but I can see why it would be.
It needs to be banned in Commander, right, Hillbilly?
No. No. Are you wanting cards banned because they're problem cards or just everybody plays? Well, I believe they're problem cards. That's my belief on that. I'm not because of everybody playing the cards, because I like playing the cards, but I just believe that they're also problem cards. I mean, right now we got so many sets in standard, and the cards are overwhelming and everything, and there's too many cards, and which makes the game, to me, it makes the game more boring because there's just so many cards, and it's kind of hard to build against any kind of deck. But that's my belief. Badger is a creature, and there is always removal. Yes, that's it. Too much removal. That's one problem I'm seeing and playing standard. There is a lot of removal, and there's too much removal, and not enough answers to answer that. I mean, it's just standard's kind of hard getting to where it's kind of hard to play to me. I mean, it's supposed to be a fun format, but it seems like here lately it's not that fun. Well, more cards can be a good thing, but too many cards is a bad thing. That's my philosophy on that is too many cards is a good thing, but too many cards is a good thing, but too many cards is also a bad thing. Because it does interfere with deck building and standard. Now, Commander, it's a great thing, but for standard wise, it's not such a good thing because it makes building standard decks kind of tough. And I do try to build a new standard deck every day, and it's hard to build a good deck here lately because there's always a deck. Most other decks, there's always a bunch of removal, and 2/3 of 1/3 of your deck nowadays is nothing but removal. So instead of playing fun cards, you're playing all this removal, which kind of makes deck building kind of ugh. I mean, do you agree with that statement there, Lone Wolf?
I'm not really sure. You'd have to repeat some of that to me because I'm lost. One on in a standard deck, 1/3 of your deck is removal nowadays. Oh, without a doubt, because either everybody is going 100 miles an hour trying to win the game within a couple of turns. You need to have that removal, or everyone else is playing removal and hard stuff to removal, and you need to have that kind of interaction. Otherwise, you're going to lose every time.
Yep, true. And I believe that makes deck building not that fun anymore because you're having to put 1/3 of your deck as removal. When you want to play, other cards that have fun with deck building and try and get the deck to work, and all you're going up against is removal.
Yep, that is honestly in any format that you play, like especially on Arena, no matter what format you play, it feels like you're running into all removal, or you're just running into Badger Mole or a Boroid decks at this point.
True. Are the decks you build actually different, or maybe close to the same type of build? Well, nowadays in standard, they have to be close to the same type of build just because of removal. Now, I do try to build different types of decks that's not of the same, that's built the same, but I find it kind of hard nowadays. Now we got a wild Rayman.
Hey, guys.
Hey, Rayman.
Good morning.
Oh,
How are you doing today, Rayman?
I am doing fine. Doing fine. It was a very busy, long weekend.
Now, we just got done discussing the bans.
The lack thereof in standard. The fact that always GTA gets unbanned in modern.
Yeah.
And the Lotus Field gets cracked upside the head.
Yeah. What are your thoughts about the bans, actually?
So I don't play standard or modern, so these are strictly from an outside perspective. Let me say that. I'm very surprised that nothing in standard got changed. I thought for sure something would get hit. What's going on, Kane Shaker? Good to see you, buddy. I thought something would get hit, so I'm very surprised that nothing did for standard. For modern, boy, those are some changes. The last time I played competitive Magic, it was modern. I played pretty heavily there for a while. I I don't think the change to Boros is that surprising, honestly. But the
Mhm.
Lotus Field hit's really interesting because Amulet Titan. Now I've not played modern Amulet. Like what Amulet Titan is in 2026. I
Mhm.
played Amulet Titan in 2022. The deck was one of the hardest decks I ever played in a tournament, by and far. It's a very, very difficult deck to play. So I feel like hitting stuff out of that deck, which is already very hard to play at a high level, is interesting. Violent Outburst getting unbanned. I remember when they banned it because Living End was the best deck in the format.
Mhm.
So unbanning it just goes to show you how much the format, I guess, has changed in a few years. Because I remember when Violent Outburst got tagged, and Umazawa's Jite. Wow, it's such a fun card. But the funny thing is that I don't know how powerful Jite is, like in modern competitive Magic.
Mhm.
It was busted when it came out in Kamigawa block. But now I don't know. I think that Jite was one of those cards that probably could have been unbanned a few years ago and it wouldn't have made that big of a deal. So we'll see. We'll
Cool.
see. I don't know. I don't know much about the other two formats. Like I don't watch content for Legacy and I don't watch content for Pioneer. I saw that Corey Stillcutter got cracked in Pioneer.
Yep.
Phenomenal card, not overly surprising. It's powerful card. And then the card that got hit in Legacy, I didn't recognize. I looked at it and still didn't recognize it. So, not much I can say about that.
Well, see, Corey Stillcutter got banned in Standard also.
Yeah, it did.
So I'm not surprised to see that banned at all. But as far as the bans for Standard, I mean, Standard does need some bans. And because the way the game is now, there's a lot of turn 3 wins in Standard. And Standard is supposed to be more casual than supposed to be the most casual format there is.
Is that true?
Yeah, there's been turn 3 wins.
No. The fact that Standard is supposed to be the most casual format of Magic, because I'm not sure that's true.
I believe it's supposed to be. I mean, I could be wrong. This is just my thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think Commander is the casual format, and I think that has. I think now that WotC has brought Commander into the fold, and it's an official format that they're in control of. I think that they're like, well, hey, if people want to play casual Magic, they can go play Commander. At least that's my take on it. I think Standard is. I think Standard is the format that WotC wants to be their premier competitive format. It's been that way for a long time. That they wanted Type 2 back in the day. That's why FNMs were always Type 2. You couldn't do FNM if it was anything but Standard. That said, I think turn 3 kills is not great, especially if it happens consistently. I don't love that. That happened in Mirrodin block, and they nuked those decks out of existence. The only thing I can come up with is that they did not ban stuff out of Badger Mole, and they did not ban stuff out of the Izzet decks because they don't know what happens if they do. Right. Because if you knock out Izzet and you knock out the Badger Mole, Mono Green, Selesnya, Landfall decks that are kind of running around out there, what monster does that unleash? And I think that maybe they just didn't have a good enough grasp on what that could mean. Plus, let's not forget, we're almost exactly 1 month away from Marvel's release. So there could be things in Marvel that straight up hard counter things that are happening now.
Yeah.
And we know they do make decisions like that, just like when Growth Spiral got banned like Ghost Power got banned, and people were like, "Why the hell is this card getting banned?" And then a month later, Omnath dropped. Right, and people were like, "Oh, okay, yeah,
Mhm.
that's why Ghost Power just got banned."
Yep.
So it's entirely possible that they're looking at, okay, a month from now we're going to have a big set drop, because I'm pretty sure Marvel is a bit like an actual big set, like 275 cards.
I think that it's going to be a small set. It could be wrong too. Hope I am.
I was thinking that the Marvel set was a big set, but it might not be. But either way, it's going to be, cards coming in. Maybe that's got an effect. But I also think it's just as likely that they don't know what will happen. They can't see the knock-on effect of hitting, because if they hit the Izzet decks and they hit the Badger Mold decks, that's like 70% of the meta game right now between the Badger Mold archetype decks and then the Izzet shells. It's literally like 70% of the format.
Yeah. Well, Izzet's been on top for quite some time in Standard. And I do think Izzet should have got maybe a little hits. And I do think the Badgermo Cub deck should have got a little hit. I don't think that would have hurt them too much. But there's always build-arounds in the game. And that's what makes the game interesting, because they have build-arounds and ways to incorporate other stuff to get your creative uses flowing. And that's what I like. That's one thing I do like about Magic. You can create some, there's always opportunities out there to create anything.
Right.
Yeah. But, this is just, opinions. All this we're saying is only opinions.
Oh, for sure. And mine are mostly just kind of vibe based on what little I do follow, because I do read the Modern Magic subreddit every day. I do read the regular Magic subreddit every day, which talks a lot about Standard. The Marvel set is 380 cards, by the way. It's not just a big set, it's a massive set.
Yeah,
I was wrong.
Wow.
That means Omen Path that's going to be on Arena
is going to
be quite huge.
Yes,
which
very large.
Which that's good, but it's also bad, because my thoughts on sets is, they put more cards is good, but more cards is also bad due to the brewing abilities now, because 1/3 of a standard deck is removal. So let's say you're playing second, you play a land, you play a creature, boom, removed. All right. Your second turn, you play another land, you play another creature, boom, removal. And it's not fun. And right now, the way Standard is played, that's the way it is. And that's why I say more cards is good for Standard, but more cards is also bad for Standard.
I mean, because it's a double-edged sword, right? It's got its positives and its negatives.
Correct. Yeah, I agree with that statement there, King Shaker. Now we just need to see how many reprints may be in that big boy.
Yeah.
Jeez. Yeah, there probably will be a lot of reprints in Marvel, I would say, with different Marvel skins on it, which would be fine with me.
So that 380 did not that's just stuff that has the set code of MSH. So that's not counting the stuff that's in the Commander set. That's not counting special guests, and that's not counting the bonus sheet.
Oh,
because all those have a different code.
Interesting. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. But yeah, I can't
So-
wait. Yeah, I mean, I like Marvel. Can't wait to see Marvel. But my only downside to Marvel is, since I play standard and play the digital cards, is I'm hoping that when they do spoil the Marvel cards, that they spoil the Omen Path cards too, since I can't put Marvel on Arena, which will make it easier for me to be able to play the Marvel cards since I can't play the actual Marvel cards.
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Yeah, I mean, they need to, but whether they're going to or not, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like they're spoiled, they should have like both cards side by side.
Yeah, I agree. I think they may. Yeah, Kane Shaker says I think they may reprint some Spider-Man set cards. That is possible. And again, if they don't, they may put some more mechanics out there with the Marvel set that will work with Spider-Man cards to make the Spider-Man cards better. Because the Spider-Man cards did not have any synergy with them or anything like that. But with the new Marvel sets, we are getting a new Infinity Stone, and the cards in the Marvel set may work with the Spider-Man. And I did see some beginner commander decks that they're coming out with Marvel, and one of the beginning commander decks is a Spider-Man commander deck.
Wait, what is this?
Yep. There is some commander decks for beginners. Somebody
they're
that's
the Foundations one. They're they're monocolor each.
Yep. And one of them is a Spider-Man.
Are you that doesn't sound right. Is
Yeah.
it?
Yeah. Spider-Man is one of them. And you can look that up and share it if you want.
Yeah, so
Yep.
here is the Foundations commander decks released at the same time as Reality Fracture. $30 starter decks.
Yeah, you can share that on the screen if you want to. I'll share it.
Sure.
Chat. But, Wait.
Foundations. We close that and that. Okay. Share.
I was gonna say none of them show spiders or Spider-Man to me.
Yeah, so
Well,
this is the Angels one, the white one. I don't know who the blue one is. It could
Well,
be Psy Master Thopter, maybe? Because it
Mhm.
is play with artifacts, go wide with Thopter. So this is probably Psy.
This is the
This is Gisa.
Hey,
And
Blanket.
then the Lathril, I think, is the Dragon Queen. I think that's Lathril, the Dragon Queen. And then that's 100% Malta.
I seen the Marvel commander decks like this.
I've not seen starter ones. I can stop the sharing thing. I've not seen starter ones, but I've seen the commander decks that are going to be in the Marvel set. You got the Grixis Doom one, the 5-color
Mhm.
Fantastic Four one, a Jeskai Captain America one. I don't remember what the other one was.
Wakanda Forever is the other one.
Is it Selesnya just like the original one?
The
Movie,
green
yeah?
white? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense because the first one, the Secret Lair card was green white too. So that makes sense.
I was watching this one content creator, and on his channel, I seen some Foundation decks like that, but they were Marvel.
Yeah.
Maybe they were just mock-ups of stuff that they should do. Because
They
Spider-Man
could have
should have
been.
had commander decks.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. There just wasn't enough cards in Spider-Man to make a commander deck, but always reprinting cards, and they could easily reprint some not standard cards, but they could easily reprint some Magic cards and throw it into a Spider-Man deck.
I mean, they could have made a Bant Spider-Man deck.
Mhm.
If you look at the Turtle deck, right? Turtles had one deck. It was like 25 24 or 25 of the cards were new, meaning that
Yep.
they were only in the commander deck. They weren't in the regular set. And then there's like 38 lands in the deck. So that's only, 25 or so cards that you have to 30 cards that you have to kind of pull out of the set. And there's enough green blue stuff that they could, or green blue white stuff in that set that they could have done something like that, especially with all the legends. The Spider-Man cares about web slinging legends. I think that's just a miss on their part. But also, there's a lot of commander decks coming out. There's 4 for Marvel, the 5 Foundation ones, 1 for Reality Fracture. So there's still 10 more commander decks that are coming out this year, by the way.
Right. I mean, we're having all kinds of commander decks.
I can't
coming
believe
out.
that Hobbit doesn't have one.
I know you would think they would especially have one, but because of the new, because Final Fantasy said they had commander decks.
And the original Lord of the Rings commander decks are some of the most popular commander decks there are.
Yeah.
So
That's what I meant to say. Lord of the Rings, they had commander decks. Why
Yeah,
do
so
we
what-
not? Why do we not have one in Hobbit?
I don't know. I would love to get big enough as a content creator one day that I could sit down, even off the record with Gavin, just sit down and have a conversation and just ask him like a bunch of questions that I know people would like to know the answer to find out at least if there is an answer or if there's a good answer. I'm sure there's a answer, but is it a good answer?
Right.
Like, why are these foundation commander decks coming out with Reality Fracture? Why didn't they come out with Foundations last year?
Exactly. I mean, I don't understand that either.
And unless they were supposed to have, and there was supply chain issues, and they're just like, well, we got to find some place to put these damn things. Let's put them with Reality Fracture.
Exactly.
Did you guys talk about the big tournament from over the weekend?
No, we have not.
So
Nope.
there was the SCG Con, which was also the regional qualifier in Cincinnati over the weekend, a standard tournament that was won by a 4-color control deck.
Wow.
And one of those colors is not green, so this was not a Badger Mold Cub deck.
Huh.
Wow.
It's also not really an Izzet deck because it's 4 colors.
Interesting.
It is a really interesting deck. It basically the main board breaks down like this: 1 Pyroclasm, 1 Negate, 1 Day of the Judgment, 1 Abrade, 1 Get Lost, 1 Ill-Timed Explosion, 1 3 Steps Ahead, 4 Stock Ups, 3 Inevitable Defeats, 4 Jeskai Revelations, 1 Fire Magic, 3 Thunder Magics, 3 Consult Star Charts, 1 Seer, 1 Flashback, 1 Erode, 4 Tablet of Discoveries. And that is a whole bunch of one-ofs in a 60 card format.
But you notice that deck does have a lot of removal though. But I'm surprised though, because it's only one of. I'm surprised about that.
Yeah. Now he does run 2 flashbacks, so he can flash back some of his interaction if he needs to, for just the additional cost of 1 red mana, which is so good.
Yeah, flashbacks it's a great card.
Really, really interesting.
Kane Shaker is saying this will be jumping ahead, but do you think that Star Trek will have commander decks? I don't know. That's a good thought.
Question.
That is a good thought.
Okay, so they did say in a recent thing that it was going to be a quote unquote big set.
Like they could pick 5 captains and make decks for them. That's It's possible.
Or do 5 eras. Do OG, do next gen, do Voyager. Do DS9. I think there's a lot of things they could do with it. I also think they could, if they don't want to, like, maybe do 4, do like old gen, next gen, DS9, and then do a villains one, which is just kind of, Klingons, Romulans, Borg, the whole kind of evil guy shtick. All I gotta say is if there's not a Q card, I'm gonna be very, very unhappy.
No.
Q is my favorite card Q is my favorite character from Star Trek. I love Q so much.
Yeah, it'll probably be a changeling. That's my thoughts on a Q card.
I'd be fine with this.
A changeling or a changeling that can copy any creature.
That'd be interesting. Yeah.
There was a card back in on Magic that does that. It's blue. When you play it, you can copy another creature.
There's quite a few that do it. Sakashima is the one I can think of right off the top of my head.
I know the one I'm thinking about is right on top of my head, but I cannot bring it out.
There's also Spark Doubler. There's a bunch of cards that do that.
Spark Doubler.
Clones.
I think it's Spark Doubler I'm thinking about.
Yeah, I like Spark Doubler quite a bit.
They could copy any planeswalker or creature.
That's Spark Doubler. Yeah. It's got 2 Jaces on the cover on the artwork.
Darmok and Jalad at Penraga. Daka will when the walls fell. Yeah.
I think he's interesting. I don't know what this is.
I mean, I would like to see, we're talking Star Trek. I wouldn't mind seeing just one villain deck for the Borg.
I think the Borg would have. So that's what. Okay, so the Borg are really interesting in Star Trek because of how they adapt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's some really cool things you could do with that, mechanically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could give it, like if a character that's a Borg or a creature that's a Borg gets targeted by a spell or ability, it gains hexproof from that spell or ability later, like after it resolves. So the first one will still hit it, but like you couldn't lightning bolt it twice in a row. You'd lightning bolt it once, it would take the damage, and if it doesn't die from then on, it would have hexproof from red permanents. I think that'd be really interesting. That would lead to some really cool play patterns.
Yep. Or make
you have to like really think about how you want to do stuff,
right? Or make it a Boros deck to where, because they made this one vampire that I have in my Edgar Markov deck that you can do 1 damage to a creature that turns into a vampire, but instead of vampire, a Borg, and then you can pay into that creature and gain control of target Borg.
Oh yeah.
I know Lumble probably knows the card I'm talking about.
What does it do?
All right, there's a creature. I have a Edgar Markov deck.
You deal damage to a creature and it becomes a vampire, and then it has like a Sliver Overlord or Sliver Queen effect where you can, or it's Overlord, where you can like pay mana and take control of target vampire.
Is it Olivia?
Yeah, I believe it is Olivia. Well, put that ability on a Borg, because to me that would make sense. Because Borg, they assimilate their victims, and when you're doing damage to a creature, you can kind of like assimilate that creature, and then you pay into it a little bit more, and you gain control of it.
It's Olivia Valderin.
Yeah, that's it.
She's Rakdos, right?
Yeah, black and red.
Okay, yeah, but see, I didn't think she was Boros. I was thinking she was black. There was black in her color scheme.
Yep. But that ability would work with Borg, or just make it to where you play it, do 1 damage to it, and do it, and have a mana ability on it. Then you target a creature, and then you automatically gain control of it. That would make a board card pretty dang on strong, you ask me. But no telling what they'll do with the Star Trek. I'm interested on what they're going to do with it, and interested on how they're going to put Star Trek into Magic. I find it's going to be interesting.
Well, if past is any indication of future, we'll know about the time Reality Fracture comes out, because cards will start leaking into Reality Fracture packs.
Well, if a track record stays the same, we'll get Star Trek cards when through the pre-release of Reality Fracture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We'll know what some of them do.
Yeah. Because instead of getting Reality Fracture cards, you'll get Star Trek cards. I don't know what's going on there, but they need to get on top of that. They've done it twice already. And because I think our first set this year was what?
Lorwyn. Yeah, and it had turtle in it.
Yeah, turtle cards instead of Lorwyn cards. And then this last set that they dropped, we did not get the right card. Some people did not get the right cards. They got the next set, some Marvel cards. I mean, really? That don't make no sense at all to me. Why they're not keeping their quality control in order. And that does go with quality control.
Currently, the printing companies are maxed out.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're like, anyone who's ever worked in a factory knows that the closer to the maximum amount of production that you can do, the more mistakes are going to get made.
Yep.
And that's what's happening certainly there. That they're paying these companies to print the cards that are going to go into the pre-release kits, and they're just, all those cards are there for multiple sets.
Right.
And when you're printing at capacity, when you're at max capacity for a factory, mistakes are going to get made, and things that are supposed to be in one box are going to get put in another box.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What I think the issue is, why it's happening, is they're and this goes along with dropping too many sets. And that's actually the issue, is they're dropping and they're doing so much in a short amount of time. Because the way they make the cards is they already got next year's cards in the printing press. Yeah, we don't know what they are, but Wizards does. That's the way they operate, and they just don't let us know. They just don't let us know until
the actual card printings are closer to 6 months in advance. The casings, like the boxes, like I have a Strixhaven pre-release kit here in my hand. The box for this was actually probably printed a year and a half ago in China.
Oh yeah.
The packaging and stuff is what takes far longer.
Yep.
But here's the thing: if Magic, okay, let's say Wizard says, "Hey, we're going to go from 7 sets to 5 sets," right? Which is, almost a third decrease. These errors are still going to happen because the factory that are making the cards are still going to be pushed at capacity. Because if Wizards gives up time on those printing presses, one of the other 15 TCGs that's currently incredibly popular that everybody's trying to get cards for is just going to take up that printing time. So while there would be less cards for us as only Magic players to see, I don't think these printing errors would be any less because the factories are still going to be running at 100% capacity because the Riftbound game is going to be, hey, you guys have stuff we can, okay, yeah, make more. The Star Wars Unlimited. Oh, you guys have spots on your printing presses? Okay, we'll take those extra runs.
Yep.
So I don't think that would change these errors that we're getting just because those errors don't really have anything to do with WotC.
Yep.
Those are third-party contractors.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, where I think it's coming from WotC is I also think they're being overworked. I think these designers and artists are being overworked because once they get a new set, before they even get a set made, they're already got to work on another one, and they got to work on another one, and they have to do it so quick, and everything to where it's so hard to keep up.
Yeah.
And I think they're having issues with keeping up, and that's another issue. And just like, for example, the One Ring, we all know. I'm not turning this over to the topic of the One Ring. We all know about the One Ring art thing where the art got the One Ring arts on the ring was stolen arts. They did come out and apologize for that and everything, and they did give credit to the original artist and everything about that. It's awesome. Yeah, but that's is a perfect example about how overworked that they are.
So WotC does not have in-house artists for their artwork. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but it's not like at Disney, right? So if Disney makes an animated movie and they have 500 animators there animating the movie, right? And when they get done with that, they go on to the next one. WotC for artwork, it doesn't actually work that way. I've heard Forrest Immel talk about this on Distraction Makers because he has done work for WotC. Basically, all of their art now is art for hire. You can apply. You can say, "Hey, I want to be an artist. I want to make magic cards." You send in a resume, and then if they think you're good enough, in however much time when they need new art for a card, they'll send you an email saying, "Hey, we need a card. This is the idea of it. This is what we're willing to pay you. This is what you're willing. This is what you're allowed to do with the art." And there's a lot of damn artists out there.
Oh yeah, it is.
So, but for the designers, I'm sure that their job is very, very mentally taxing. But I'm just telling you, I would, if somebody offered me a job on the Magic design team, I would take it tomorrow without even thinking about it. Where do I gotta go? Where are you guys headquartered? Okay, I'll be there. Let's go. Let's do this.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I would not take it because of the workload. Because of the workload, I imagine the workload is pretty hefty, and
I'm sure it is. But boy, I could think of off just the top of my head 40 jobs I would. Then I'm just like, okay, I would rather design magic cards than do any of those things.
Yep.
Honestly, if you asked me back when they're just doing fortune, I'll be right back.
All right. Well, we're getting ready to end the stream here. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and chill out. So we're going to start with Lone Wolf.
Hey,
all right.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for having me on. And don't forget, when Tortoise gets back, give them all the support. And let's get them all up to 1,500 subscribers.
Cool.
Thanks, Wolf.
Thank you. And Mooglefool's not here, unfortunately, so we're going to go with Rayman.
Hey guys, I'm sorry that I was late. It's been a fairly busy morning, but I made it. Had a great time. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Hope you guys had a good time too. Check us out at Mr. B's Game Lounge. Tons of stuff going on. We have Stream Game up on Thursday. It's going to be 2-color decks where we had mono decks last week. We're doing 2 colors this week. So check us out at Mr. B's Game Lounge. I'll see you guys next time.
Okay. All righty, everybody. Yeah, you can find everybody on YouTube. But I'll be doing this stream this afternoon around 2:00 Central Standard Time. I want to try to build a standard deck, see how it runs. If it runs pretty good, then we'll run that on my second stream, which will be around 9:30 tonight. And if that deck does not perform, I'm playing a different game. I'll be playing Path of Exile. Last 2 nights I've been playing Path of Exile, been having fun. So that's the plan. Therefore, tonight's stream, not too sure what I'm going to be streaming. It would be arena stream where I'm going to try to rank on the ladder or Path of Exile. My afternoon stream will decide that. But I want to ask everybody to make sure you hit that like button. Very much appreciate it. And thank you, channel members. Thank you, subscribers, for being part of the channel, making the channel what it is. I do appreciate it 100%. And Moogerful is still gone, so we're going to go ahead and get on out of here. So I hope everybody has you a good day. Y'all have a good one. Later, everybody.